So in the previous tutorial, I showed how to change the body fonts and heading fonts, but fonts in some UI elements remained unchanged. Namely, the fonts inside of the text inputs and the ones inside of the buttons are still set to inter-UI font. So to fix it, we will go to the theme styling again. And inside of the theme styling, there's this section UI surfaces and type setting. Here we have the symbols that hold the fonts that sit inside different button variations, small buttons, medium buttons, large buttons, and so on. What we want to do is to select the text that sits inside of the symbols. You can select it like so by avoiding the buttons that sit in between, or you can just select the entire column and then shift click on the button to unselect it, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to select the text that sits inside of the symbols within this section here, which controls the typography of the text inputs. Okay, so now that we have all of it selected, we're gonna change it from Inter to the Proxima Nova, our new body font. Okay, so here we go. It's all set to Proxima Nova now. Because Proxima Nova is a slightly smaller font, I would like to adjust the text size to be a bit larger. Here we go. And I'd like to do the same for the buttons, make the font slightly larger, bolder, and so on. All of our UI typefaces match. After changing the font and adjusting the typesetting, you may find that the text alignment within the button is a little bit off. Just like in this example, here we can see there's a little bit too much space on the top in relation to the bottom. So it's always worth to double check by looking at the style sheet if all of the buttons sit tight and the spacing is equal. And whenever we detect a problem like this one here, we should go back to the theme styling and try to solve the problem, for example, by shifting stuff by a few pixels. And here we go. Our middle-sized button spacing seems to be equal.